Hi, it's Christmas Eve, and the kids are asleep. Well, the in-laws are asleep as well, and wife is in bed as well. So I thought I'd just make a different kind of video. Um, Most of the young people nowadays they like to talk about unboxing videos, so I thought I'd just give it a go. Might be my last one, might be my first, but at any rate, if you're in Wellington, do check out these people, Paradog. They actually make their own craft beer and Tiaro, so yeah, check them out. They're pretty good. This is a parcel I just got recently from a Facebook for sale, and it's a local group called Boss Level Community. I would say most of the people there are quite nice and they are quite easy to deal with and genuinely interested in retro gaming. I saw a guy who was selling some Saturn and PlayStation stuff, so I sort of did a bit of maths and thought that his deals were quite good. It originally came with a bubble wrap, so there it is. So I'm not saying that he didn't pack it well, but pretty good. So first of all, I got a disc-only version of Fantasy Zone. As many people might know, it's a game that's made by Sega, and features a horizontally scrolling shoot 'em up affair, similar to that of Defender, but you get more power-ups and kind of better graphics in my opinion. Yeah, so a disc-only game for that one. Next, we skip one generation ahead to get Capcom versus SNK. This is the first one, which only utilized 4 buttons. In my opinion, I have a soft spot for this particular version because it has some of the best intros towards a crossover game that you can think of. Namely because this was, I believe, one of the first crossover that came up between SNK and Capcom. And it's the Dreamcast version because by that time the Saturn was not as popular. So yeah, this is the one that they released on the Dreamcast. I'm not quite sure if there's a PlayStation 1 version. Maybe there is, but yeah, I grew up with this version, so yeah, pretty happy with that. Next, I have a very common Capcom game for the Sega Saturn, and that is Street Fighter Zero, otherwise known as Street Fighter Alpha. This is Alpha 1 or 01, so it's the first time that they went to the back to the graphics department and decided to make all the characters play the same as that of Street Fighter 2, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, but just using anime style animation and drawings. So it's some people like it, some people hate it, but I think as long as it plays well, that's the most important thing. And yeah, the first time unlocking Dan in the arcades and playing against people with Dan, it was a bit of a laugh as well. So yeah, very common game. So he didn't sell this very expensive, but as you can see, this is pretty much mint. And except for the crack there though, but these jewel cases are known to crack anyway. But, yeah, generally a very nice nostalgic game. The next game is Part 2, Street Fighter 02. I'm not quite sure which version is this one based on, because there's a couple of revisions of 02 and Alpha 2. With the changes, namely the addition and of secret hidden characters with codes and stuff. But yeah, this is an expansion of the original Street Fighter Zero, and like Zero, it doesn't use the 4 meg RAM expansion. So yeah, Capcom did pretty well with the hardware, stock hardware specs to bring this onto the Saturn, and with the in conjunction with the Saturn pad, this easily beats out the PlayStation version. And yeah, I really like the chunkier feel as well of the characters in this version as well. Maybe it's the same for PlayStation, but yeah, I just felt it's a bit chunkier in the Saturn version. Next, I have Dracula X. Well, the PlayStation version. I think it's a Symphony of the Night. In Japan, they call it Dracula X, but in the West, this is known as Dracula. Known as Castlevania Symphony of the Night. A bit crazy in price regarding the original print for this game, and it's a good game and all, but you know, like it's a bit easier than your average Castlevania, given the RPG elements. So yeah, you probably can score this quite cheaply as well, for the re-release or the best of series. But for me, it's more nostalgia than anything else to get this game, because back in the days when it was new, I basically just played it to death, and was totally surprised when I saw the next phase of the game involves upside down map of the whole game. So yeah, might fire this up on the old PlayStation, just for yeah, nostalgia's sake. Finally, I just grabbed this along the way because it was somebody else turned it down, and it is Marvel vs. Capcom for the Dreamcast. And also a disc-only game, but a solid game, a solid crossover game, should I say, between the intellectual properties of Marvel and Capcom. This particular game actually runs at solid 480p or 640 by 480, so looks absolutely gorgeous in VGA as well as in 15 kHz. But yeah, you lose a bit of the detail of the 3D animation in the background. Not that it matters that much when you are in the heat of battle and stuff, but overall it will give you a better presentation if you run it at a higher resolution. One way around that as well is to use a scanline generator, just to add in that extra bit of scanline to make the 2D art pop out. That's my most preferred way to do so, because back in the days you don't have people bring out these community-based hardware, and you don't have the opportunity to actually see it how it looks like with scanlines on and with VGA sources, which is a little bit of a contradictory in term, because with VGA resolution you don't expect to see scanlines anyway. And one of the most common misconception between people who are just noticing scanlines is that they are mostly associated with being an artifact of the graphics rather than being the actual hardware properties. So yeah, most 15 kHz CRTs will always have scanlines, no matter what source you use: RF, composite, S-video, SCART. So yeah, it's just inherent with the hardware. And once you go up anything beyond 640 by 480, you won't notice it, and it should be actually done so to be displaying the image correctly. So yeah, as you can see, nothing left. So enough of my rambling, and yeah, hope this won't be my last of unboxing video. Yeah, for me it's a refreshing change, but I'll rather play the games than unboxing, to be honest. So catch you later, bye.